My name is Cullen Jones. I'm a two-time Olympian, four-time medalist, and I'm here to talk about health and wellness. I talk about many different aspects, but it's been very, very crucial to my success in swimming, and I'd like to just try to spread as much of my story as possible because I think it will help so many children and even adults. I think health, it's the overall umbrella of society right now. It's a big problem. The kids are now predicted to die 5 years younger than their parents at this point, and it hasn't been like that in years. So health is very, very important in trying to the longevity of us as a people. The number one thing, I work with an initiative called Make a Splash. It's the goal is to get kids water safe. Especially minorities. 70% of African Americans don't know how to swim, and so many people don't know that. Nearly 10 people drown in the U.S. every day. People love being near the water. It's unfortunate that they don't have the tools to be safe around the water, and that's why I work with a group that tries to change that. But it also helps with obesity. When it comes to kids just sitting around, they love being in the water. Exposing them to a sport or even a recreational sport where they can actually exert energy, they can work out, they can train, they can just stay fit and stay healthy is something that I'd like to give back to my community. I just think that swimming has given me such a platform and given me so much that I'd like to give it back, and I think a lot of people aren't exposed to it, so that's my goal. Being stationary, I play video games, I do all of that, but it's having a healthy balance with that. The thought of, children these days going outside and playing outside is almost something that's unheard of now. Kids are online, they're playing over with kids in Japan, and they're sitting there doing this rather than being out playing kickball. I made a joke the other day and said, to find out the rules to kickball, because now PE's been stripped from so many schools, you're gonna have to check online and have to look to see what the rules are. It's a big problem for us, and I just feel like a healthy balance. That's not what's going on in a lot of American families, is that parents both sides are working, they come home and it's just like, kids, do your homework, do whatever, and at that point they're on the video games. They're in front of a screen 7 hours a day, whether that be a smartphone or a tablet or whatever. I know for my era that wasn't necessarily always the case, but I had a healthy balance of both. I think a large part of that is just exposure. I think a lot of different groups are really hitting on the fact that this is an issue, and I think that we as a culture have to change, just like we've changed from now we have a lot more electric cars, and it's a cultural thing. Going green, I think some people have moved to that because we've made it cool now. If we can make that cool again for kids, especially because I know that's a big factor with kids, with swimming in general, waving a medal, that kind of gets them excited about being around the water, but it has to have that cool factor again. And I think sports actually is a very, very great tool for that. So many parents get their kids into sports, which gets them off the couch. And I think parents need to continue to do that, and more parents need to do that, because kids can't just sit around. It's unhealthy, and later on in life, those unhealthy habits continue. So getting it to have that cool factor for kids is definitely, and having that culture shift is something that we need to do.